I hate my voice.
To explain why, I have to talk about myself from the beginning, which is pretty rare considering I never really like to talk about my past a lot. I mean, sure, I do share my experience in gaming, like in the videos I Want to Save Bubble or the Spirit of Fighting games. And yes, I do share my past at the end of my more research-based series, Expressing with Gaming, new name, work in progress, and also a new video coming soon. Maybe. It takes time to research, okay?
But this is different. I never went in depth about my life in general because I don't know. I feel like when I talk about these things, it feels like people might think I am just doing this for attention seeking, or I am just a drama queen because boo-hoo, my life sucks. Which is funny because I don't mind people talking about their past. Which in turn means people shouldn't mind mine as well, but I guess I am just weird. Maxim. This is gonna be an exception though, as this is my 10th year anniversary since I created this channel. And the fact that this concept of others voice acting with you are amazing, spectacular! Actually maybe mediocre now that I think about it. Oh, then why'd you ask me to come here then? I thought I had a great voice. I thought you wanted my voice. Am I mediocre? Do you think my voice is mediocre? Have you thought of this entire time? What are you... Right, sorry. Anyways, using their voice in my video while I am puppeteering it. And I have talked about not liking my voice here and there to a point I think it deserves its own video. Okay, yeah, I did make a music video about it, but it also deserves its own videssay by this point.
So, with that out of the way, where do I start? How about when I just started talking? Fun fact, I was a late speaker. I think it was around age 4 or 5 when I had to go to a speech therapist, and, well, I wasn't the kindest, nor the most patient kid you knew back then. I still don't know how in the world they dealt with me. Anyway, that was when I started talking, and eventually I talked fluently. But there was a catch. You see, when I started talking more and more, I was with my Indian relatives in India. And because of that, my accent is more Indian than Nepalese. I am Nepalese, by the way. It's right here in the map between India and China. Don't forget. It doesn't help that the very next school I went to was more Indian-oriented school. Not in India, mind you, just a school that just so happened to be an Indian school. And, as you can guess, the second language they taught us was Hindi, not Nepali.
Just for clarity, I don't mind people who are Indians, and I'm not xenophobic. It's just, if I am from a country, it would make sense to at least aim to have that accent. I digress. Which also explains why my English is better than any other languages I know, including Nepali, my mother tongue. That sucks, but I don't regret this choice. Video games I played and still do play are usually in English, and since Nepali is not a common language to be localized, English was the next best thing. And I'm pretty okay with that, because English is the international language which helps me to communicate with you guys, easily and fluently.
But because of the whole complicated situation, nobody believes I am from Nepal, including people from Nepal. They always say, "You're not from around here, are you?" Or, "Are you Indian?" Which doesn't bother me too much, but I still feel alienated because of it. Which is weird because I did Let's Play. The reason is simple. I bought myself an HD PVR Gaming Edition for my birthday. That's a mouthful. And my 2 friends were planning to do Let's Plays, and so I decided to do so as well. My first Let's Play was Mario Golf for the N64
Hey guys, this is the Weirdo Maxim here. Today we're gonna play Mario Golf.
Wow, my voice was horrible. By the way, all my Let's Plays are still watchable, just unlisted. The playlists for them should still be public, so if you want to watch them, be my guest.
With that said, this might be the most proud moment for me when it comes to my voice because, well, I don't sound like that anymore. I think I like my current voice a lot better than what that was. And it's thanks to Let's Plays, which I did as a constant thing. I still hate my voice, but not as much as I did at that time. Over the time though, I started to feel off with Let's Plays. It just felt like it was a chore, and I felt like I wasn't adding anything new on the table. Hence, I started to do vid essays, to see if that was more of my thing.
It took me, I'd say, over 3 to 4 years just to get the courage to do my first vid essay. I believe the first one was Expressing to the Moon, aka Expressing with Gaming for the game To the Moon, where I talked about the concept of giving people second chances in life. The series didn't have a massive research concept back then, but I still like how it went, so I continued doing more vid essays. It also doesn't help that when I was doing Let's Plays, I never tended to finish them because I got bored of editing them and recording them alone with nobody around me. But now I stream games as a Let's Play, alone in a room, because I get bored of editing them. Twitch.tv/criticalmaxim.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about something that happened a couple of years back with the next thing. My singing voice. Except this isn't Maxim's voice. It's actually mine, Pat. You see, my voice sounds like my voice, which is Pat's voice, and not Maxim's voice. Maxim's voice sounds like Maxim's voice, so clearly this is my voice. Sorry. I always wanted to sing. My voice was pretty bad back then, though, and I wasn't a natural singer, so I had to train myself. But people kept saying that I would never learn how to sing, and that was disheartening. Nevertheless, I tried taking singing classes, getting better and better, I think. And I haven't had any singing classes for half a year because of COVID.
The reason why I wanted to sing was because I felt like I was always playing the support in everything, music included. Actually, I talked a bit about it in my K-On! Video, but basically, I always wanted to be in a band, working with folks, making music, and just having fun. But that never happened. What I didn't mention was, well, even back then, I always felt like I was playing the support, and even when I was trying to motivate the band to move forward, they just became too lazy. So I did what I think was the best way that time, open mic events. I planned a song I wanted to sing, and they had a piano, so I sang and played. And I was nervous.
I forgot what song I sang. I think it was Thank You for Living. But that's besides the point. I do know that I was the last person to perform on stage, and well, I was scared. I was nervous, my anxiety, my stage fright, everything was nerve-wrackingly high. And after I sang, after the event, I remember I went outside in the cold winter, and my leg was shaking, out of pure anxiety and nervousness. It took me a solid minute or two just to calm myself enough to walk again. And honestly, I'm still proud that I did it. I got the confidence to sing in front of others, and well, I finally felt like I had a place to sing confidently too. I had a place to sing confidently.
A year or so later, one of the hosts of the event messages me. They pretty much said, in a more professional way, "Your singing voice is bad. We want to make this open mic more professional, and you aren't it." I didn't drama with them. I thanked them for their time and wished them good luck. That moment hurts still to this day. I tried to sing better every day, and well, to only be said that you cannot sing made me hate my voice even more. Plus, this was an open mic stage where you show what you did and try to improve every time. I even have notes and critics I received to try to make my voice sound better. Others in other platforms have said that too, and well, I just feel like drowning. This is also one of the reasons why my songs take forever to be published. I sing over and over and over and over and over and over just so that it sounds decent. The mindset I currently have is, my voice sucks. I hate my singing voice. But with technology we have today, I can somehow make it bearable. It's not a great mindset to have, but when everyone says you suck, but you still want to find a way to reach that goal, you find your ways, even if it means that you cheated.
So, why do I still use my voice? Well, multiple reasons, but one of them is because I just want to express things. I want to express what I like, what I don't like, what I just want to express, whether in the essays like these, or in games, or just songs, or whatever. I want to express it, and platform like YouTube is the only place where I could express it and just be me. Of course, there's the whole YouTube persona thing. Even I have it, even I'm using it right now, but I try to be as genuine as possible even in these videos. This is also the only place where I don't have to be interrupted when I talk about it, which happens a lot. I don't know why, but every time I speak, there's always that some other person who always interrupt me in real life or online. That's annoying. As I mentioned before, this is my 10th anniversary in YouTube, and I have done so many things here. Stupid, smart, amazing, dumb, creative, serious, weirdness. You would think that once you start making videos and use your own voice more and more, you would hate it less and less. But for me, I didn't get used to my voice. Rather, I just got used to hating my voice. Maybe one day I'll actually like my voice, but for now, I'm just gonna bear with it and just express things I want to express, at least without any interruptions and all that. With that said, I think this is a good time to end season 1 of the Weirdo Maxim. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching me, even if it's just this one video, and I hope you continue watching me season 2 and forward. Screw it, I only made the Weirdo team. Let's just use it. Hit it!
And the Tab Cola Ranger.
I'm just some dude with pudding.
One day, pandas are gonna rule the world.
Alright, Maxim, I expect my paycheck in the mail within 7 business days.
Pepperoni and chicken is a good combo.
Moroccan fried chicken.
The self-proclaimed king.
Memory cards. Where we're going, we don't need memory cards.
I like The Legend of Zelda. Can you tell? No? Well, I tried.
I am on a spot. Does that work? Is that funny? Is that comedy? Did anyone laugh?
You could take the Pat out of PatNat, but you can't take the Nat out of PatNat, because then you just got Pat, and that's me, and I'm not PatNat. This is PatNat. Thanks for watching. I don't know what that was.
Listen, I had to edit this video for God knows how long. It's at least 2 months. I deserve to be in this credit too.
Of course.
Stay connected. It took me 10 years just to finish season 1 of the Weirdo Maxim. Time is just a concept.